Hey there, all you cool, epic, and awesome fans, followers, and listeners. Welcome to episode 44 of the Cool, Epic, Awesome podcast. My name is Matt, and I'll be your co-host today.
And I'm your other co-host, Joe.
And for today's episode, we have 3 films that we're going to discuss, 2 of which we saw in theaters. Kung Fu Panda 4 and Love Lies Bleeding. 2 pretty vastly different movies.
I was going to say pretty different movies.
And then last episode, I recommended that we checked out the film Another Round, starring Mads Mikkelsen, which I think we both really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was my second watch. I think I probably liked it a bit better second time around. But yeah, we'll also discuss the Oscars that just happened, any surprises, things like that. Some movie news. It's a little bit light.
Yeah, a little slow.
But yeah, either way, we'll get to it. And yeah, I guess we could start things off with the new DreamWorks animated sequel, Kung Fu Panda 4, starring Jack Black and Awkwafina, among other, other talented people.
Yeah, I mean, before we start the review, no disrespect to Awkwafina, but like, I don't know. I cannot get behind her in animated shit. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't understand how she keeps getting cast.
Yeah.
It's not that she's like a bad actress. Like I think she's fine in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, no, I just feel like her voice. Like I didn't hear the character.
She has
You go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she has a very distinct voice that I find annoying.
Like
I just find it annoying. Yeah.
Like when you hear Poe speak, like I don't. I mean, like you think of Jack Black, but it's not distinctly because of his voice. I think you more just think Jack Black because he's been playing the character for like 20 years. But like this character, like it's just like every time I hear her speak, I just think like Awkwafina. Like I don't think about the character at all. Like it's almost distracting.
Yeah, it is a little bit distracting, but she doesn't make an effort to like distinguish the voice in any way. Yeah. It's just her.
But anyway.
Yeah, and like you said, if I'm hearing Poe talk, I'm thinking Poe.
Yeah.
You know? So
think about the villain, the chameleon. You're not thinking about what's her name?
Who voiced the chameleon? It's someone famous. Viola. Oh yeah, Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's not like you didn't even know who it was at first. Like that's how it should be. Like it's.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess to go into a bit of the story.
Yeah.
So it picks up after Kung Fu Panda 3, which is the end of that film is Poe ends up getting the staff that like allows him to enter the spirit realm. But it can only be used if someone gives it to you. It's like you can't just like steal it and then use it. It has to be given to you. So the chameleon wants the staff because she wants to go into the spirit realm and then take the powers from all the old villains. That was kind of like a big selling point of the movie. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna have all the old villains back."
Yeah.
What's the big one that people love? I forgot his name.
Ty Lee.
No, it's not Ty Lee. It's something else. Is it like Tao Long or something? Hold on. Let me find it.
Isn't it? Who's Ty Lee?
Tai Lung. Yeah, Tai Lung.
Oh, it wasn't that off.
Yeah, no, you weren't that off. But yeah. So the chameleon's the villain. She wants to get the staff so that she can, because she has the power to transform into anyone, but she doesn't have like their skills.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know how you felt about that.
I mean, her as a villain, I think she was all right. I don't think she was as memorable as.
No, I agree. She's not as memorable.
Or the villain. I forget the villain's name in the second movie. That's voiced by Gary Oldman.
Oh,
he, I think, was probably the best villain of the quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Let me see his name. I forget. Lord Shen. I really like Lord Shen. And he's back. Lord Shen is back.
Like
the villain from Kung Fu Panda 3 that's voiced by J.K. Simmons. Kai, he's back as
Yeah,
well.
Kai.
And they kind of had this ad campaign where they're like, "Oh, we're bringing back everyone, like all these faces that you recognize and know, like all these villains.
Yeah.
We're bringing back the Furious
Like Tai
Five."
Lung was in the promotional art and shit.
Yeah, and he has the biggest role out of any of them, and it's maybe
Probably
like,
10 minutes, maybe.
yeah, not even
No,
honestly.
not 10 minutes. Like of scenes that he's actually in, not even screen time of him alone.
Yeah,
10 minutes.
yeah, and he's the only one that actually like talks. The other
Yeah,
villains don't even say anything because I guess they didn't want to hire J.K. Simmons and Gary Oldman to do like a
which
couple
fine.
scenes.
But like, why even include them at that point?
I guess because it's part of the story that like
But
you
you
know,
could have easily just not included them. She could have just got Lung's like kung fu ability and just used that.
yeah, and it is kind of like weird. It's like distracting because it seems that like they should say something. You're like, why
Yeah,
are they not talking?
it's like they're noticeably quiet.
Yeah, and
Especially
it's
at
like
the end. Remember at the end when they're all like free, and it's just Tai Lung talking, and like there's just
yeah,
like the other two villains just chilling in the background.
yeah. It doesn't make sense. Like it
Yeah,
makes sense on paper, like money wise, as to why they would do that because they don't want to pay them.
yeah.
But
Speaking of money, it did pretty well, right? Financially.
yeah, I think it did very well. I'm pretty sure it had the highest opening since the first movie, which shows. I mean, I guess Kung Fu Panda is still like popular. They have a lot of fans, I guess.
There was a lot of people in my theater.
Yeah, I mean, I think the movie's definitely aimed towards kids. Like it has like
Yeah,
the occasional like fart joke here and there,
yeah.
and
I thought
stupid
it was
humor like
kind of
that.
funny. Like there was some like funny moments.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed myself watching it. Like
Yeah,
I agree that there was some fun parts. I'll talk about my favorite scene quick. I really love that action scene in the bar that's like, or I guess it's not a bar, but it's
that
supposed
thing
to
on
be
the
a bar.
hill.
It's like on the hill, and as they're fighting back and forth, like all the stuff is sliding around everywhere, and it's like Poe and I forgot Aquafina's character. She has a weird
A
name.
random wolf.
And Zen. No, that's not how you say it. Is it Jen? How did they say it in the movie?
Jen.
Jen, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, sorry for mispronouncing that. But yeah, it's like them two fighting, and it's just the action's really stylized, and they're like sliding back and forth. All the furniture is moving. I thought it
Yeah.
was funny, and it was like an actual like good action scene.
I have to say the fight scenes in this movie I feel like are a step. They're way more creative than the other ones.
Yeah, I think so too. It took you could tell there's like some inspiration from like Puss in Boots too, and
Yeah,
like
little bit of
Spider
Spider
Verse.
Verse, yeah.
Um,
But it had its
yeah,
own like unique style. Like it felt like its own identity. It didn't feel like it was ripping off any other.
no, not at all. I think it really worked in terms of that stuff.
Yeah,
I
I
honestly
agree.
liked the movie overall.
No, I do.
I
Yeah,
don't know how. I
I
definitely
mean,
think it's better than three.
at the end of the day, also we're picking apart like a movie intended for children. Which
Yeah,
for granted, I mean, to be fair, like it's not wrong to pick it apart, but also like it's intended for kids, so it's
yeah.
not
You
going
got
to
to
be
think about
amazing.
the intended audience and like what they were setting out to do when they made
Yeah,
this movie. Um, but yeah, there's a couple other things I like. I like the like two dads angle. How
yeah, I do like that too.
like the scenes with them too. I thought were funny. Um,
It's Bryan Cranston voices the dad, right?
yeah, Bryan Cranston and the other guy's famous too. I forget his name. I think he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He was like
Yeah, he plays like
the grandfather.
yeah.
He's a very famous actor. Um, yeah, the voice work overall, I still think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Aquafina was, just doing her own thing, but
Yeah, I don't know, man. They could have cast like fucking anyone in any
yeah,
other woman in that role.
yeah. To talk more about the story though of the movie, it's come to the time where Poe has to choose the next Dragon Warrior, and like he doesn't want to because he still wants to be the
He
Dragon Warrior,
enjoys doing it, yeah.
but it's time for him to become like a master and like just train the next generation. And as soon as like Aquafina's character is introduced, you kind of like can guess that he's gonna end up like offering it to her, and
Which
that's
is
what ends
just
up.
so boring in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's boring, but it's just like where are they going with this? They're saying they're
Why
gonna
not
make
pick someone
a
from
new.
the fucking the Fear? What is it? Furious Five?
Yeah, or I think it would have been better if maybe instead of having her character in the movie, it could have been like a younger panda from the village that
Yeah,
Poe
that
has to
would have been
kind of like
cool.
maybe he would act more of like a father figure towards. Um,
Yeah,
and also that way, like technically Poe could give up the mantle, and it could still be like Kung Fu Panda movies following the next panda.
yeah.
But like if she's gonna be the new Dragon Warrior, like what are they gonna do in the sequel? Because they're definitely gonna make another one because of the money this made, and they said it was
Mhm.
like planned as a part of a new trilogy. So is it gonna be like Kung Fu Fox or something?
I
Or
don't know, fucking
because
know. Probably not. Like he's still gonna be. I feel like it doesn't work without Jack Black.
yeah, it just is like a weird route to go, in my opinion. I just
Yeah,
don't
I
see
agree.
like where they're going with that.
I thought that maybe they were gonna do like um, that Tai Lung was gonna come back. Like I don't know the way they showed it in the trailer. I thought he was gonna come back like earlier on in the movie. So I thought maybe like he would help them catch her, and maybe he would be like I don't know, he'd have like a redemption arc, kinda.
Yeah, he really has like nothing to do in the movie. He gets out of the
Yeah,
spirit
no,
realm, gets
he
his
just is
powers
like,
taken, and then gets thrown in a cage. And that's it.
and then he gets free, and he's like, send me back, and that's it.
Yeah. Like they may as well just left him in the spirit realm. Like it doesn't add
Yeah,
anything for him to be there
no,
besides to be like, oh,
I feel like they're gonna explore that angle more. Cause like she's like a witch in this, right? Like the villain, she's a
yeah,
sorceress.
she's like a sorceress.
And
Yeah.
they mention like the kind of mystic side of I guess that world, which they never did before. So I feel like they're definitely gonna explore that more in the future.
Yeah. It's weird that a lot of these films are getting revivals now, especially from like DreamWorks.
Yeah,
They're gonna do Shrek soon. They did this. And bro, they had that Megamind sequel.
yeah, which is just like
Oh, I watched it. It's fucking terrible, dude.
yeah.
And
So
it's just
this
like,
isn't it crazy that that studio made Puss in Boots
yeah, that's what I don't get. Like, Megamind was a beloved like
franchise? Like
franchise.
no one asked for Puss in Boots. Not that I'm complaining. It's like one of my. It's probably my favorite animated movie ever. But like,
Yeah, but if they actually put in effort and were like, all right,
oh yeah,
Megamind
no,
2 and released it in theaters, made it like an actual like well animated movie, great action scenes, like that would make money. People would
yeah.
definitely come back to see that. So I don't get why they tossed that like pile of garbage onto Peacock.
Who knows, dude?
It was real, bro. I know you walked in the room while I was watching some of it.
Yeah.
It looks like a YouTube like video for kids, just to like be put on in the background while you're babysitting or something. It's
Nah, yeah, it had like
yeah,
Coco Melon ass animation. It looked really bad.
yeah, and the whole voice cast is different too. So just
Yeah.
a disaster. I don't. But at least like it seems like they're doing both. They're doing like smaller shitty stuff for streaming, and then they're also reviving some of the other franchises and doing big theatrical movies.
Yeah.
Like this movie had like a pretty big ad campaign. I remember I've seen like posters for it all over Kung Fu Panda 4.
I feel like I didn't see a lot. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of trailers for it though.
Yeah, that's true. Um, but I'm not like the biggest Kung Fu Panda fan in general. I'll always pick in terms of like DreamWorks. I'll
Yeah,
definitely pick Shrek over it.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah,
but I know people
I've
love it. So
yeah, but I've grown to like it more as like I mean, especially I feel like after uh Mario, I feel like honestly this doesn't get made if Mario doesn't do well.
I don't know. I feel like they would have definitely made it anyway
Really?
for money, money purposes. Wait, well, is DreamWorks is Universal, right?
Um,
Yeah.
I think they're technically owned by the same. They're two separate studios, but they're owned by the same. Like they're owned by
No, but well,
Comcast, I think.
Well, Universal has two animation studios, which is DreamWorks and Illumination. And then
They
Disney has
own. I didn't know they own. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that actually.
yeah, and then Disney has Disney Animation and Pixar. So,
Yeah.
and then there's also like Sony Pictures Animation, which does like Spider-Verse and whatnot.
Were they always owned by Universal? DreamWorks.
Illumination or DreamWorks? I think so, because think about it. They had like Shrek stuff at Universal Studios.
Yeah, I don't know why. I always thought they were owned by like another. So why did they start Illumination?
I
It's
don't
like,
think they
well,
started it. I don't know if it existed and then like they bought it after Despicable Me was big, but I don't know. I mean, they just maybe
huh?
wanted two separate animation studios where they could do different things.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I'm
I'm
starting to
looking.
like respect DreamWorks a lot more than I once did. They have like some really great movies. Like they did
Yeah,
Shrek, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda. The only thing
those are
that I
good.
don't like from them is like Trolls. But
Really? I
they,
don't. I think the music's actually pretty good for Trolls. I mean,
Trolls,
the movies I haven't really seen, but the music I hear on like every time
it's
there's a
just like
movie, there's like always a music on the radio from Trolls.
it's just bland. It's just like
I
I
think it's
don't
more
know.
about the music.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of it. Trolls 3
Yeah.
was probably the best though out of all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they also have that other movie coming out that they showed a
Good
trailer for
robot.
before
Yeah.
this, like The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hadn't
Yeah.
seen
It
that.
looks good.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that trailer, and then I saw it in the theater, and I was like, "Wow, like this actually looks
Yeah.
great. It looks really cool." I feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
be like an emotional kind
Probably.
of
And there
thing.
was like 3 lines of dialogue in the trailer too, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, did you have a favorite scene from this movie? I don't want to get too off
Um,
track.
I mean, I like obviously like the fight scene in the bar is really memorable, but there's also a fight sequence that's like it fades to black and white. And you kind of see all the shadows. That scene I really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah.
There was a couple of cool action scenes like that.
Yeah. I
Um.
like when it does like unique kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know what you're trying to say. Like just from watching the movie, but
Yeah.
and I'm assuming favorite character is Poe, right?
Yeah.
That's mine. If I had to pick a next up,
With a chameleon, definitely not fucking. Sen.
maybe his pops, not the
Chen.
panda, his like adopted pops.
Oh,
I really liked him. I like him in all the movies. I just like how how he's like, what's the word? His
his worries.
characterization. I just like, I don't know. I think he's a good character.
Yeah. I kind of like
Um,
too how I respect that they didn't make his dad evil. I feel like that could have been such like a
yeah,
think
that's
about
a
his dad coming back from the past. Like you know what I mean? Like that's such a trope, and the dad turning out evil.
yeah. Long lost relative is just a trope in general for
Yeah.
animation. It
So I
happens a
like
lot.
that. I respect them for not, doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right, so I don't really know if I have much else to say about it. If they make Kung Fu Panda 5, like I'll be looking forward to it.
They probably
Like
will.
this didn't sour me on the franchise at all.
No, not at all.
Do you know if overall it's getting good
Sorry.
reviews or what?
Actually let's look it up. I'm actually curious because like Letterboxd is more like the film community. I feel like Rotten Tomatoes is more just like the general public.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. Oh, that's 71%.
Oh, okay.
So that's not too bad. That's pretty good.
No,
12%.
that is pretty good.
And then 86 audience.
Yeah, 86 audience is good.
Yeah.
But isn't that weird that that's. But then Kung Fu Panda 3 is 86% critical and 79%
I
audience.
didn't really like the third one.
I thought it was okay. I like the villain. I think Kai is a stronger villain than the Chameleon.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
probably the weakest villain. Although, honestly, though, I feel like it's hard because a villain that's whole thing is that it changes, makes it kind of like not memorable because it's just imitating the older villains.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing
So,
like unique about the villain. It's just
yeah, no. The only thing
she's
unique is that she didn't know Kung Fu, but then she gets Kung
yeah.
Fu. So it's like,
And like she's like a sorceress or whatever.
yeah, they would have, if they could have like done something more like sorcery based. Like if they could, because it seems like they want to open up that avenue of that world.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but
We'll see
anyway,
what
yeah,
happens in KPF 5.
yeah.
Oh no, KFP 5.
KFP 5.
My
Would you
bad.
rate it?
I want to double check. I think I gave it a 3 star. Yeah, I gave it a 3 star, 6 out of 10. Um, which actually is the same rating I gave the original Kung Fu Panda. Although, like, I do think I'm gonna have to go back and bump that up a little bit. But just to put it into perspective, I gave Kung Fu Panda 3. Uh, Kung Fu Panda 3, I gave that a 2.5.
Yeah,
Kung Fu Panda 2, I give a 4, and this one I'll give a 3. It's good for kids. I think I honestly would have rated it higher if they didn't have this whole marketing campaign where they're like, "Oh, we're bringing everyone back," like even the Furious
yeah.
Five, like everyone that you know.
It kind
The
of
Furious
hampered
Five,
my experience a little bit.
yeah, the Furious Five only show up in the credits, and it's like a scene where they have no dialogue, and it's like a training montage. It's so stupid. Like, why promise all this stuff if you're gonna deliver like a weak version of it?
Yeah, I saw
All
that
these,
they didn't even add what you call it. They didn't add the Furious 5 until like after that first trailer came out because of the buzz that like everybody wanted to.
yeah, it seems pretty obvious
Yeah,
that they were just thrown in there because the movie could have just ended without that scene. Like it's just like setting up the future, I
yeah,
guess, of her training. But yeah, I gave it a 3 star. I don't know how you rated it.
yeah. I give it 3 stars as well. I didn't write my review on Letterboxd yet, but I'm like 6 movies behind them on Letterboxd, but I did give it 3 stars.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I guess we can move on to the next movie, which is the film Love Lies Bleeding, starring Kristen Stewart and another actress who, let me pull up her name. She was fantastic, by the
Yeah,
way. Um, so it's directed by Rose Glass, starring Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien, who sort of have like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing going on.
yeah.
Kristen Stewart works at a gym. This Katie
Oh,
O'Brien's character is a bodybuilder. They meet, fall in love, do some illegal shit, try to get out of it. That kind of story.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah,
I really I liked the setup of it. Just it's like a story that's kind of familiar, but just having it be between like a female bodybuilder and like this woman who works at the
little.
gym is like it's like putting like a twist on it that we haven't seen.
Yeah,
It's just like unique enough that it's like, okay, this is cool. Like I like what they're doing here.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I know the ending and like certain aspects of the film might have people
I
like on the
I
fence.
I personally like that they. I think are you referring to like how they kind of get lean into
Yeah,
it
just to
loses
again, just
its.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
want
to
to explain
spoil it,
it.
but no, I just yeah, in case anyone's gonna watch it, this is spoilers ahead. But yeah, they kind of get like surrealist and they start doing things that are it's like obviously it's not happening. Like it's either a dream sequence or like someone imagining something. And what I'm referring to is basically at one point, Katie O'Brien's character. I just want to get her name.
Well, I think there's multiple points in the movie that like it loses its.
Yeah. Well, just one that I'm talking about is Jackie's
Yeah,
character.
this is probably the biggest one. But like, there's more to clarify. There's multiple points throughout the film that like let the audience, at least in my opinion, let the audience know like this isn't like completely like. There's like a I don't know what's the word. I don't
It's
want to
not
say
like
sci-fi,
it's
but
like a surrealist. I think that's the word.
yeah,
But yeah. So what I'm referring to is Jackie. Her character basically like hulks out and gets huge at the end. Like literally just becomes
yeah,
giant. Like picks up Kristen Stewart and like beats the fuck out of her dad.
yeah. But I
And then
think like her like I guess like hulking out. I guess we want to call it is connected to Kristen Stewart's character.
In what way?
Because like so the first time that it happens is when she finds out that her sister got like beat, and she's like get mad upset in the hospital, and you see as she's upset, like she starts kind of getting like bigger, like more muscular, and then she goes and kills Dave Franco's character. And then the next time is when like because she's running away, and then all of a sudden she gets like she hears her scream, and then like she gets fucking big. Is when she's like in pain, like because her dad just fucking like
I mean, yeah, no, that's all right. I guess that makes sense.
I don't know. You didn't pick up on that.
I mean, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I don't know. I just didn't know like how to phrase it, I guess.
I thought it was because I thought it was connected to her, like guess emotion.
Yeah, because like as far as I took it, like I don't think that actually happened. Like I think it was Kristen Stewart maybe like imagining it, seeing like that's how she sees Jackie as like this knight in shining armor kind of thing that's gonna save her.
Yeah, I mean, I just think this like I think it happened in the story. I just think the story is like it's like not a it's not a nonfiction story.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the thing. So it just depends how you take it. Like if
Yeah.
you think that actually happened or if I don't think that actually happened, but I understand. Dude, that girl Jackie though, she's fucking jacked.
Massive. Yeah,
Dude.
she's in the Mandalorian. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she's in Ant-Man 3. She plays like one of those I don't know, you'll probably remember her if you
I
like
remember her from the Mandalorian. She's like that random like. There's that one episode with that she's like the lead in.
she plays one of the villains in the Quantum Realm, like one of like the henchmen.
Really?
Yeah. If you look it up, you'll be able to find her.
I kind of want to see. Yeah.
But just like I gotta respect the transformation because it's not easy for anyone to get into that shape. That like takes years, I feel like, and she was able to do it for this film.
Yeah.
So gotta respect that. You don't really see a lot of times like woman actresses doing that. A lot of times you see like actors getting ripped for superhero roles. So it's nice that she did it because it's like like women can do that too. Like it's not just a manly thing to get ripped for a role.
No,
she was probably my favorite character. I think Kristen Stewart was great though.
Yeah, I agree. Kristen Stewart also was fantastic. Yeah. Also, I mean, everybody was great in it, honestly.
Yeah,
Ed Hines, who plays like her
no,
dad.
I think it's Ed Harris.
I'm sorry, Ed Harris, who plays her dad, was really good.
Yeah, I like him. He's a character actor that just will like show up and be a weird guy in a movie. He's in what's it called? He's in Mother as well. Remember?
Yeah, he plays Man, right? No.
No.
Man.
Oh wait, does he?
Yeah, because
he's like he shows up to the house.
He's the Eve character. The Adam.
Yeah. He's also
they actually wasted Katie O'Brien.
What, an Ant-Man?
Ant-Man,
yeah. Yeah, he's in the Truman Show too. He plays like the guy who runs the show. He's an awesome actor. I was getting him confused with the guy from not Love Lies Bleeding. The Bones and All. That other old guy that's weird.
Oh,
I forgot his name.
Who the hell is that?
That is Mark Rylance. He also just plays weird guys and stuff. But yeah, I think the movie's getting like critically acclaimed. People really like it.
Yeah.
In terms of like the surrealist stuff, I'm on the fence a little bit. I really liked some of it. Like for example, and this is another reason why I think that like that scene at the end didn't actually happen. Like remember when she does her like steroid or whatever, and then it's like right when she's gonna do her competition, she works out, and then there's like that scene of her like vomiting up Kristen Stewart's body.
Yeah, that obviously that was a dream sequence. So
yeah. But I'm saying like since that was fake, I'm just assuming all that shit was fake. But yeah, I liked how that worked because first of all, it was just like nasty. Like I liked how they covered Kristen Stewart in like this goop,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
just like I don't know. I just like how
Yeah,
they
really,
did it
honestly, really
practically.
good like visual effects. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah. I forgot to mention that. There's like a lot of murders in the movie with
yeah,
like the blood and like it actually looks really good. Like
yeah,
Dave Franco gets his fucking jaw destroyed.
yeah.
Um, but
Pretty
yeah,
pretty gruesomely. Yeah,
like I was saying with that scene though, I appreciate how it like it represented something that actually did happen. So her like vomiting up Kristen Stewart's body was like her throwing up on stage. Like
yeah,
that actually happened. So yeah, I like that part. Yeah, it's there's a lot of scenes that are very like tense. Like I particularly like that scene where Kristen Stewart's hiding the body behind the couch and then like the cops come in
yeah.
to question her. It's like very tense.
And the
There's a
cat's like
part
licking them.
yeah, there's like some comedic. There's like a moment of levity where the cat
Yeah.
goes over and starts like licking the blood. Um, but yeah, if I had to pick one favorite scene in general, um, it might be the moment where like Kristen Stewart's like side piece gets shot in the head.
Yeah, that was like such a
It was so out of nowhere, and it was
yeah.
just like such a tense moment. And then, bro, it's crazy because she tries to kill Kristen
Kill her
Stewart
too,
too,
yeah.
but the
And the
gun
gun
jammed.
jams.
So I don't understand like why Kristen Stewart kept going back to her after that. But yeah, just that
Yeah,
whole sequence in general was great.
yeah, no,
That side character was great too. That she's like in love with Kristen Stewart.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know if you had a scene that stuck out to you.
Um, I honestly really like a lot of the flashback scenes. There's like we didn't really talk about like kind of the subplot of this pit. So basically, in the town that they don't say where it takes place. It's somewhere down south. I'm assuming, like Texas or something along those lines.
Yeah,
And there's like flashbacks, and it's red lighting of this like kind of dark pit, but you don't really know anything about it. But it's you later find out that it's this pit that uh, they basically dump bodies in, and no one really knows about. So when they kill Dave Franco's character, like she brings them to the pit and they dump his body there. But
yeah, and she could have just left it, but she purposely lit it on fire so
yeah,
that
to get
people would
attention,
find it because
her
she
dad,
knows. Yeah, Kristen
yeah,
Stewart knows that her dad has killed people and put their bodies there. So if they see like all those bodies and then Dave Franco's body, they're just gonna like tie it all
assume
in
that, yeah,
together, and which is actually pretty smart.
yeah, no,
But
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 yeah,
yeah,
no,
no, that I know what you're referring to though. Those scenes
like
where
yeah, I don't know
you,
if that counts, but it's like a specific because it's like a specific style of like sound and the lighting is that like I don't know.
yeah, it what's it called? And it eventually like as those scenes happen, it's revealed that like Kristen Stewart's character used to help her dad with the killings
Yeah,
too. So she's not like exactly a great person either.
and it's like a red tinted lens, so it's like like obviously
Yeah,
like
no, those are cool scenes.
yeah,
Kristen Stewart's revival has been awesome to see.
yeah. She was
She's in
good in what was the other thing she was in that we saw recently? Not
um,
recently, but like the last year or so. Was
the
she in someone?
Cronenberg
Yeah, Crimes
Crimes
of
of
the
the
Future.
Future.
That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was really good in that. Did you watch that? I forget. Oh yeah, no, we
yeah.
saw it
We
in the
went.
theater.
We went together. Yeah,
hmm Yeah, so I thought she was great, but honestly, like it's obviously way too early to tell. But Katie O'Brien should get some awards consideration. I think she was awesome,
yeah.
and just
Just for
like,
alone for the like just for the commitment to a body transformation
hmm
she went
yeah,
through.
because that's like not easy. That is
No, not at all.
to put on that much muscle. You have to like change your life. You know.
Yeah, most guys don't even look like that.
hmm Bro, she's more jacked than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah,
She was huge. Um, but yeah, another thing I guess I'll mention is there was also like a lot of sex scenes, and they were like super, like I don't know the word. I don't want to say visceral, but like just kind of out there. Like Kristen Stewart is like sucking on her toes at one point, and it like shows everything. It doesn't hide like shy away
Yeah,
from any of
it's a
it.
very weird movie. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it works just because it's supposed to be like a romance film at its core. So
yeah,
I guess like showing that makes sense. If it was just like a movie that was mainly about like some killings going on and they were just like
yeah. It
tossed
would
in those
feel man out
scenes.
of place. Yeah,
Yeah, but because like the core of the
with a movie
story,
is a romance story, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
between the two
works.
characters, then yeah, I think it works. So, yeah, overall though, I guess to rate it, or no, oh wait, did you say your favorite character?
Yeah, it was
Jackie?
Jackie. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, to rate it, I ended up giving it a 4 stars, 8 out of 10. Um, yeah, I basically went over everything.
everything.
I
Yeah,
I enjoyed mainly the performances. I think that's what carried the movie for me as a whole. The story was still interesting, but I think without those,
yeah,
I guess there's like four really big performances, which is Kristen Stewart, Katie O'Brien, Ed Harris, and then the other girl. Or actually, and Dave Franco. Honestly, all of them are good. The whole cast is
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think
Yeah, did you have any like gripes with the film? Like anything you didn't like?
um, I just wasn't really fully sold on that
Oh,
like
like the
ending.
visceral, like the kind of out there ending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I also just like don't really understand some of the motivations for Kristen Stewart's character. Like, why does she keep going back? Like Jackie literally tried to kill her, and she's
yeah.
still like Jackie tries to shoot her, and then right after she runs away, instead of like calling the cops, she like instantly starts like hiding the body for her
Some
and
people
cleaning
look at
up.
abusive relationships, dude. Some people, I feel like that's part of the theme of the movie. Like with her sister too. Like like her sister's boy husband, like literally beats the shit out of her. I don't know they don't say what he does exactly, but he does something to like dismember her face.
Yeah, he
Like
yeah. I really like. I forgot to mention that. Like the makeup on her face would
yeah, the
look great.
makeup was really good. Um,
Um, yeah, he
but
basically
yeah,
just like
like
beats the fuck out of her, and that's
and
how
she
everything kind of starts.
yeah, and she's like devastated that he's like she's absolutely devastated that he's dead. Like he literally beat the shit out of her. But I feel like
Yeah,
that's part of the theme of the movie too. Is like
yeah.
what
Honestly,
people.
I didn't really think about it like that, but yeah, that does make sense. You're right. Like
But
people going back to their abusers
yeah,
and whatnot. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how everything starts,
yeah,
really.
that's like the big. I mean, before then, there's obviously a little shit, but that's like kind of the movie really starts getting crazy when that shit happens.
Yeah. So, all right, what'd you
Yeah,
rate it?
I rated it 4 stars as well. My only complaint with the movie is I feel like at the end it just gets a little too complicated with like the motivations of people. Cause like this, I feel like there's so much going on between uh Jackie, what the hell's the other girl's name?
It's Lou.
Lou and her dad. Like at the end between, oh, I'm doing this for you and you like I don't know. I feel like they could have made it a little more simpler than all the like double crossing. Oh well, not double crossing. It just
Yeah, it gets a little bit convoluted at the
yeah,
end, where like she gets kidnapped and like all this stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, it's still a
But
great
still,
film.
yeah, it's still
One
really
of the
good film.
definitely one of the best films this year.
Yeah, probably honestly, I'd say. I mean, I haven't really seen that many this year, obviously, but obviously Dune is number one. But this and then I didn't finish it, but I mean, I have 20 minutes left of that other movie.
Oh, there's sometimes I think about dying.
Something with yeah,
I
this is
love
probably
that. I ended up
yeah.
liking that more than this. That was like
I still have
a
to finish
surprise.
that though.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, and then my other 4 star I think is Orion in the Dark. That DreamWorks movie.
oh, word, really?
Yeah, I really liked it. So,
Yeah,
but I'm glad we saw this one because
yeah,
it
me
was
too.
it was kind of. I feel like it's a little bit under the radar. Like I don't know if many people are talking about it.
No, my theater actually had a decent amount of people in it. I mean, it was also 5:30 on a Saturday, but
Hmm. Yeah, mine was
still,
decently packed.
yeah.
Oh wait, we might as well talk about this. Did you see that thing on Twitter with the guy who was watching this movie in
Oh
the
yeah,
theater.
word. Yeah, there was a guy apparently caught like masturbating to this movie, but like fell asleep while he was doing it, and like was just out, like had his just like meet out in the middle of the movie
Yeah,
theater.
there's a picture of a
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess when the movie ended and the lights came on, there's this dude just knocked and like his dick is out.
Yeah. I think he was
So he was.
drunk because like there's like they had bottles of like whiskey with him,
Hmm. That's really
which
funny.
is
I know the
yeah,
actress. I think Katie O'Brien's like she like tweeted something about it. I think.
really.
Let me see if I can find the tweet.
I think they're
Let's see.
both gay. Both actresses are gay in real life too.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. She said, in light of recent events, I should have added, keep it all in your pants. That's mad funny
They
that she
sent it to
tweeted it.
me.
I'll send it to you. No, because it says that. Um, let's see. It says Love Lies Bleeding star Katie O'Brien recording an exclusive "Don't Talk or Text" PSA for the Alamo Draft House. So then she's like quote tweeting that, saying, "Yeah, I should have also said like, keep it all in your pants." I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
That is like ridiculous, bro. And like, they just did it. I mean, obviously that probably doesn't happen a lot of like people pleasuring themselves in in public movie theaters.
Yeah.
But you really you wonder why when they just did a survey, they said 2/3 of people prefer to watch a movie in their home compared to the cinema. It's because of
Yeah,
shit
I
like
did
that,
see
bro.
that. Yeah.
People on their phones, people talking. I love going to the movies, but I've had some really bad experiences.
Yeah,
So
no.
remember we saw Puss in Boots, and like the people behind us were just like,
Yeah, I was so tired. I saw it previously before, so like I was like obviously it didn't bother me as much. But for you, I was like tight for you.
hmm I just like don't get it. I don't know. Especially pleasuring yourself. That is insane.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy.
is actually
You
insane.
could
His
tell that guy
life.
was like a fucking loser though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wasn't there like it was like cigarettes, like bottles of whiskey,
Yeah, yeah.
like a
This
vape, like man, all this like stuff.
yeah. Funny. Um all right. So yeah, that's a nice way to end our discussion on that film. That
Yeah,
was hysterical to me though. I mean, it's like obviously not a joke. Like there could have been a kid in the theater or something.
no,
Or
yeah.
either way, like,
Well,
there
probably not
shouldn't
that movie, but still, just still, dude. Like there could
just
be,
like the scenario of it is just like so ridiculous. Like
yeah,
really? Like there's unlimited free porn online
oh,
that you
yeah,
can watch
yeah.
at home.
We gotta
You have
go in
to
public.
yeah, you have to go to a theater and like pleasure yourself. It's so weird. But all right, we can move on now. I was getting a little off topic. Yeah, so you want to start? We'll discuss the Oscars a little bit. Maybe go through some of the winners.
Yeah,
Um,
I know
so
you watched the whole thing. I was working, so like I kind of fell asleep, but I was
I think
watching most of it.
it was a pretty great ceremony. Um,
I
I
was gonna
think
say I enjoyed most of it that I watched. Like it wasn't like rolling my eyes at shit.
yeah, I mean Jimmy Kimmel is like whatever. He's
Yeah,
fine. He's an easy like likable. Everyone likes him. There won't be controversy kind of pick to host it. And I think this might be his fourth year doing it. Um, there were some pretty cool bits like the John Cena doing best costume
yeah.
design and
That was
like he
probably the
won.
funniest thing, honestly.
Yeah, people on Twitter were getting upset about it though, obviously,
Yeah, because
because nothing can ever just be a joke.
yeah.
Um, but
Well, but
yeah, that was
he
good.
wasn't actually naked either, right? Like I
Yeah.
saw things like he had like pads on and shit.
Yeah, but there's like people saying, "Oh, what if this was a woman?" or like, "What if this was a trans person?" Like everyone would be so upset. Like, but like, it's just it's a joke. Like it's best costume design, and he's naked. He doesn't have a costume.
Yeah,
That's the joke. Like
it's
it's not.
social. No, I saw people getting tight because they're like, "Oh, what if the kids are watching?" Like I don't know. It's a little fucking
Yeah, it's
like
also like
grow up
it
a
didn't
little bit,
show
you know?
anything. It's
Yeah,
just
well,
like
nothing happened.
yeah, but yeah. So there was
Anyway.
that bit. There was the part with Michael Keaton in the crowd when Danny DeVito and Arnold both went on
Oh yeah, that was
stage.
funny. Yeah,
That was
and
funny.
like he kind of locked in.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we both fought Batman and lost." And then we're like, "Oh, there he is!" And it goes to Michael Keaton. That was great.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, I'm Just Ken performance was great. Did you see like Martin Scorsese was like up and like laughing and
Yeah,
smiling while it was happening.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess one of the big things we could talk about talking about Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon walked away with nothing, didn't win a single award, which I guess the biggest one that they were gonna win, if
Young Young
anything.
was probably lead act. That was the biggest
Yeah,
one because she was
yeah.
probably second behind.
No, she was
Uh,
definitely second to Emma Stone. I'm
yeah,
really glad that Emma Stone won.
yeah, me too.
She did give the better performance
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for everyone involved because it's this huge like 3.5 hour historical like epic movie, and
yeah,
it's like basically made to win awards, and it
yeah.
wins
But this
nothing.
is like her first really like big breakout role. Like she'll have other opportunities, I'm sure.
hmm And I feel like any other year she would have had
She
like a
probably would
better
have
shot.
won. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Emma
This year
Stone
was
was
stacked, and there was no Dune in this year too, which there originally was going to be, which is crazy.
yeah, yeah. Um, the winner though of this year was Oppenheimer for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you think
They won like 11 awards or something.
do you think the two would have won
Best
Best Picture?
Picture? I don't know. I mean, the cool thing about this year's Oscars is like the best. When's the last time that like the Best Picture made like over
No,
$1 billion?
yeah, I saw like the last 10 Oscar winners, and like the highest grossing one was like it made like $300 million, which is still like obviously a lot, but
Yeah, but this
you
is
know,
like this is the way to do it. You have to get a film that'll work for the public and also work for the awards because
yeah,
that'll not only will it like draw, it'll bring more people in to watch the show. First of all, second of all, it'll also like expose people to okay, there's more to this film stuff than just like
yeah.
superhero movies, you know?
Did you have friends though that were like, "Yo, Oppenheimer's mad boring"?
No, I had one of my good friends, well, my friend Tom, that's actually been on here. He didn't really like it. He gave it like a, not, he gave it a 3.5. Where like most
Yeah,
people, like I gave it a 5. I think you gave it a 5 or 4.5.
yeah,
And,
4.5.
but yeah, I didn't really see much of that. Maybe on Twitter, a couple people said it was boring.
I had a couple friends that like thought it was boring.
It's like a good mix between an art house film and like a action blockbuster.
Yeah, like I mean, I get it. Like it's like if you want to compare it to like fucking Marvel, yeah,
Yeah,
objectively it's boring, yeah. But like the plot is really it's about
it's
it's a
engaging.
story, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
story. But
engaging in other ways
the
besides
whole
through
movie is
action.
just men talking in a room. That's like literally the entire movie.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, I've watched it
Yeah.
twice and I was never like bored.
The
Um,
best example of something like that is like, I mean, you saw this, and I rewatched it more recently, but Banshees of Inisherin. Like that movie is literally just people talking to each other. Like there's nothing else that goes
yeah,
on, and it's really good
that's
still.
yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, another loser, Barbie. It only won one Oscar and it was for best song, which was basically a lock.
yeah,
Best production and best costume both went to Poor Things.
fair.
Um,
I thought Barbie was gonna win Best Production because like they built that whole shit. But I mean,
yeah,
Four Things is really good too. Like I'm not.
yeah, that production was great as well. I mean, just like the sets and like the unique buildings and the backdrops of Poor Things, I thought
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really.
No, I'm
But
not
yeah,
like
I mean, I could
complaining.
easily like
It could
Barbie.
have won either way.
Yeah. Um,
Like, I don't wouldn't have been complaining either way.
yeah. So for the most part, I got what I wanted. I mean, in a perfect world, Poor Things would have won Best Picture,
Yeah,
but um, I'm happy with Killian's win. I would have maybe liked Paul Giamatti, uh,
yeah,
but I definitely understand Killian's win, and he's like a great actor, but he never does like lead stuff. This is like his
Killian.
first, yeah. This is his
Yeah,
first time doing like the lead role in a movie, like a big movie.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm glad he won.
yeah.
Um,
It was cool to see him win.
yeah. Besides that, I mean, basically everything kind of went. Like if you looked at the betting
What?
odds of like who's gonna win what, for the most part, like everything
Well, yeah. Excuse me.
besides Emma Stone.
Yeah, that was like the only one.
Yeah. Just looking at the schedule though for this year, I'm kind of like, all right, what is gonna win the like what's gonna do well for the Oscars. Like I don't really see much.
It's really only Dune 2 on honestly. I mean, maybe um
Joker too.
Joker 2. I want to look up like Oscar. What would it be 2025?
2020. Just look up Oscar 2024 predictions. There was a couple that I've seen. I think Barry Keoghan is in like another movie this year that he might. That there's like some buzz that he could get nominated for Best Actor. Um, but also like if you think about it, like something like The Holdovers, which was probably like the third favorited for Best Picture or the second. I didn't even know that was coming out until like a month before. So
Yeah. Wait, no, it keeps coming up. I gotta look up 20, I think it's 2025. 'Cause everything looking up 2024 is like the stuff from this year.
yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, because the ceremony would be in 2025, but it's for like 2024 movies.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, um, I don't know. I think Steve McQueen is doing another movie this year. He directed 12 Years a Slave and
Oh, what's the
Shane.
one with Zendaya and the two tennis
Oh,
players?
Challengers.
Yeah.
That has a shot for some probably like acting. Maybe her as best actress or something. I don't know about Dune though, because I feel like they don't like to give like action movies
Nah, dude, I
awards.
don't know. I think it's a really good story. I don't know. Besides the action. Oh, people said Megapolis, Kinds of Kindness,
Yeah,
uh, Doom Part 2. The Wild Robot is actually that got it, for Variety. They predicted it to be nominated for Best Picture.
really.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know if that
I didn't know
shows like
that. Yeah, I
yeah,
was gonna say
yeah. I don't know if that shows like how non-stacked this year is, or
or
shows how
a
good
testament
that.
to how. Yeah, probably a combination of both.
Yeah,
They have one piano lesson with Todd Black and Denzel Washington.
yeah. I think I saw that list too, and it's a bunch of stuff that I haven't like hadn't heard of. So
Yeah, the only other one that I really heard of was Kinds of Kindness and Megapolis.
yeah, yeah.
What,
Do you like Francis Ford Coppola? I don't know if you've seen the Godfather movies, but
nah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't like I just they're mad long, and I have
yeah,
no
it
interest
is
in
like a
gangster
behemoth.
movies.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah, I'm
behemoth.
sure they're fantastic.
Yeah, I think they're really great. You have to work your way into that genre. I'd say start with Goodfellas, and then maybe A Bronx
Mhm.
Tale, and then tackle the Godfather trilogy.
I don't know. I just have no interest in. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, it took me a while to get around to watching them. So,
Yeah,
but all right, yeah. So I guess we'll move on from the Oscars. It was pretty by
yeah.
the books in terms of winners, and it is just crazy that Barbie and Killers basically won nothing.
I mean, objectively though, Barbie is probably the not that it's a bad movie, but it's one of the weaker films, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't even in my
In a,
top 20 of last
I
year,
mean, I
honestly.
really liked it. I think it's in my top 10. But what is it actually? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, like I definitely seen 20 movies last year that are better than Barbie, in my opinion. I'll check my list
Yeah,
quick.
I'm gonna look where I had it. No, I had it 5. I actually really liked it. Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it, but he also Past Lives. It had a lot of buzz at the beginning of the year, but it didn't even get nominated for anything.
Past Lives had his number 2.
Yeah, that was my number 4.
What was your top 5?
Uh, 5 was John Wick 4, then Past Lives, The Holdovers, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
Did I not add holdovers to this list?
Maybe.
Oh fuck, I didn't.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You could add it now.
No, I know. I'm just like,
The Iron Claw, no,
yeah, I have
no,
Iron Claw on there.
that got no Oscar stuff. Um,
Color Purple didn't get shit, right?
no. Oh yeah, Godzilla minus one won something. It won
Yeah,
like
best
best.
visual effects.
That was great, and
Yeah,
that
well
was
deserved
cool.
too.
It was kind of like awkward because the director can like barely speak English,
But he
and he
gave
was
the
like,
whole speech in English, which is testament to him, honestly.
yeah, but also like at the end, I think they were trying to wrap him up, but they didn't realize he was like, oh, I just want to like the last thing he says, they started like playing the Oscar music, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I just want to say like one more thing, um, like something about how he wishes like this person that worked on the movie with them could be here to see it." And like one of the ladies was like holding a picture of the guy that died. It was like a really like sad but like cute moment, and they were just like
Yeah.
playing the Oscar music over it to get the guy off stage. I feel like if they knew he was about to pull that, they wouldn't have like
Yeah.
started playing that. But yeah,
Speaking of that director, I don't know if you saw. This is a little off topic, but he actually released a short film, like kaiju film. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter.
I saw someone tweet about that, but I didn't really look into it.
I don't think it's like a like going in theaters or anything like that, but kind of interested to see where I could watch it.
Yeah, but all right, let's move on. We'll get to some
Yeah.
film news. Uh, let's see. Okay, a couple things. We got confirmation of a new Super Mario Bros. Movie that's gonna release April 3rd, 2026. So we got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Like about 2 years from now.
Which
A little
honestly I'm
over.
fine with. I'd rather them take their time with the
I'm fine
animation
with it,
stuff.
but to me it's just like why is it? Why weren't
I
they
feel
like
like it's
on
just
top of
because
this earlier? You
I
know?
feel like it's just like dealing with Nintendo. I don't know if you know that, like how, like Nintendo's notorious for being like horrible to work with.
Yeah.
They're like very
I,
difficult with everything.
I've heard
Like
stories. I know there was like a Legend of Zelda series for Netflix that was like made and then, or I don't know if it was made, but it was at least
no,
like
but like they
planned.
made scripts, I think, and
When it got leaked that they were making it, Nintendo just canceled the entire thing.
it
Like,
was kind of crazy.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'll see where they go. I mean, they're gonna introduce Yoshi for sure. Um,
I
who
don't
else
know.
could
Like
they?
they kind
I'm
of
hoping
play
that
it
the
like
villain is like Wario and Waluigi. I think that would be
yeah.
cool villains for
I
the
feel like
second one.
Bowser's obviously gonna return. Like, but he could probably be like a background villain. Like he could send Wario and was it Waluigi?
Yeah. Who are your who's your choices to play them? I feel like
Um,
Wario. I feel like Danny DeVito could do it.
yeah.
Honestly, a Paul Giamatti Wario.
Honestly, yeah, I could see that.
Um, because we know they're gonna go for like celebrities over like
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
actors, just because of Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy.
yeah. Well, I mean, Illumination is like no. Look at Despicable Me. That entire.
Yeah, Steve Carell.
Not no disrespect to it. I'm not
No, no,
dissing
I'm just
them.
yeah. But all right. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add about to that. I feel like we knew it was coming.
Yeah,
So
I do hope that they do a Luigi's Mansion movie. I know that you
I would
hold
really
that.
like that. Yeah,
I
that's one of
feel
my
like me
favorite
and you hold
games.
that really close to our hearts. That's like one of our favorite games growing up as a kid. So
Definitely.
very, very. I hope they really do. I feel like they're gonna like. There's no reason why they can't.
Yeah. No,
It
I
just
feel like it would work. It would be like
yeah,
a great story. So,
but yeah,
all right, yeah, we can move on from that. We have some bad news. The Batman
yeah,
Part 2 got delayed an entire year to
which is
October
very upsetting.
2026. So, that is over 2 years away.
Yeah,
Like, bro.
that
When did the
fucking
first one come
sucks.
out? I think,
2022. It's gonna come out 4 years later.
jeez.
Yeah, and it was supposed to think about when it was originally gonna come out. What 2020, 2021?
Uh, I don't know. Why did it get delayed a
Yeah,
lot?
because of COVID. Yeah, remember?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, this has been like made for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
the first one, I'm saying. It had been made for a while before
yeah.
they released it.
The only saving grace is that we have the Penguin show coming out this year.
Yeah, I hope that's good, but it should be. I
Yeah, it
mean,
looks like he's a producer on it, I think, right?
yeah. Do you think this is like any indicator that it might get canceled?
No, I don't think there's no way they're gonna cancel it. It made $700 million. They have
Yeah,
a whole ass TV show that's a spin off of this. Like, there's no way.
I hope not, but this was not like a good sign in my eyes. I feel like
No.
after this happening, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a chance that it might get canceled. Just because of like DC
No,
might not want to, because now
I don't think
it
so.
might come out like the same year as The Brave and the Bold.
No, I don't think the Brave and the Bold's that far into. There's not even scripts ready for Brave and the Bold. This they have the script like they're just
Yeah,
You
but
said you
still,
think it's more
October
they want the
2nd.
October release. I don't think it's
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I don't think it had to be delayed an entire year.
I don't know why. Have they said anything like as to why?
No, I think just
Unless they
that
just
they're.
plan on like maybe I don't know.
I think because of the strike, like they weren't able to work on the script, and now they're like
Yeah,
changing it a lot. I don't know.
which is fine. I'd rather listen if they say it's because of the script and it's actually because of the script, then I'm completely okay with the delay.
Hmm.
But if it's like something else, then I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
yeah,
then to some good news now. So we know there's been a lot of controversy going on with Scream 7. Obviously, Melissa Barrera left the project. Well, she got fired, really, I guess, just for speaking out against what's going on in Palestine or something. She said something about how like Israel is committing a genocide. Something that you probably shouldn't say if you're an actor or an actress, but um, yeah.
they
So Scream has been that movie. Like my excitement for it instantly plummeted after all that shit because I think Jenna Ortega also left.
yeah they both left.
But then it was just announced that Nev Campbell's coming back and Kevin Williamson, who was like the original writer and like basically created Scream, he's gonna direct the film. So now I'm like, all right, like I'm actually hyped for this again. It's like it just like went back and forth so quick.
Yeah,
I
which
don't know.
is
I'm a huge Scream fan
yeah.
though,
You're a
so
bit.
I don't.
I'm not a big like Scream fan, so I'm pretty indifferent. Like but I know this is obviously really exciting for you.
Yeah, and like Scream 6 is like one of my least favorite in the franchise. I think a lot of that has to do with Nev Campbell not being there because
Yeah,
she is like the final girl for Scream.
yeah,
Um, like I mentioned this to you once before. Like Scream without Nev Campbell is like doing Mission Impossible without Tom Cruise. Like you could do it. You could do Mission Impossible. He doesn't have to be there, but it's just not gonna hit the same because like
Yeah,
his face is that's what like you like represent the franchise with.
hmm
You associate it with that. But yeah, very exciting. I don't think it'll come out this year. Probably 2025, if that.
right. 2026, I think.
I mean, these movies are relatively short to film, and they have like
That's true. Yeah.
lower budgets. So I feel like October 2025 would be a good release for it.
So Kevin Williams didn't direct the original. That was Wes Craven,
No,
right?
yeah, it was Wes Craven, but he wrote it.
He wrote it.
Yeah.
Hmm,
So yeah.
interesting. I wonder what like how they're gonna approach it. Like how they're gonna approach.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna
Well,
do. I guess
yeah,
they're
I have
gonna
no
because
idea.
it was established
Are
in
they just
Scream
not gonna
6.
acknowledge the other movies? Like,
Yeah, I actually don't know because I mean, if she's coming back, you would assume it's on the same timeline. But
yeah,
I guess they could just
say
because
that.
I
Yeah,
think isn't the whole thing in Scream 6 that she like moved away and like to stay with family or something. That's why
yeah,
she's not around. So maybe they could do like the killer purposely goes after her or something,
yeah. I
and
think.
that's
Yeah.
why they're not there
I feel
with the
like with
other.
Scream though. I mean, I know you really like Scream. No disrespect to Scream, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a one trick pony. Like how there's just it's the same thing, just different. I don't know. They have to find a new way to change it. I feel like.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get that complaint. It is just like a whodunit, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
they try to switch it up. Like most of the time, it takes
like
place
they
in
went to New York. That was cool.
yeah,
They did something different.
yeah. So we'll see though. We don't know too much else about it, but
Yeah.
let's see. Next up, so we could talk a little bit about Ari Aster's next film, Eddington. I think it just started shooting, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone, Pedro Pascal. I think Austin Butler as well.
Yeah, I did
Um,
see that.
pretty fantastic cast. And I
Yeah.
love Ari Aster. I loved Beau Was Afraid. That was another one that was in like my top 10 of this year. That got no Oscar buzz at all. And obviously I love Joaquin. He's my favorite actor. Emma Stone's one of my favorite actresses. I don't know. This seems like it's gonna be great, but I wonder like how he's gonna put his spin on it because it's supposed to just be like a western.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I have no idea.
Let me read
Should
the
be
tweet.
interesting. Is there like a plot synopsis or
Not that I know of. There's just the title, just Eddington. Let's see.
is he writing it?
Austin that begins production this week. Let's see. A24 is financing the movie. It's his own script. It centers on a small town New Mexico sheriff with lofty aspirations. That's all it says. I'm assuming Joaquin's going to be the sheriff.
Yeah.
See, it says A24 has released all three of Ari Aster's previous films. Okay, yeah.
They did Beau Was Afraid.
Mm-hmm. I really loved Beau Was Afraid. But that's
Yeah,
great
I
that they
know.
added Emma Stone. Like, she literally just won Best Actress. And
Yeah.
now, you know. So, I'm glad that people on Twitter were saying, like, oh, like, Ari Aster survived not being put into director's jail after making Beau Was Afraid.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Because, like, think about, like, Damien Chazelle after Babylon.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard a peep out of him since.
Even
So.
what's his name for the Jurassic? He just had his own like original horror sci-fi thing, and it didn't do well financially, and now he's back to doing franchises.
Mhm. So, yeah, very, very much looking forward to that. I guess 2025 release for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another small thing. Venom 3 got its title. It's called Venom: The Last Dance, and it has a
I
new
don't know.
release date.
Have you seen that? Like, what's his name's been teasing it, like saying "Last Dance" for like mad long. Tom
Yeah,
Hardy.
I think it's a stupid title. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like
I think it
whatever.
just sucks as a title. I'm just like, I don't know. They should just go with Venom 3 in my opinion. But we'll see. I mean, I guess that is that implying that like this is the last Venom movie?
Yeah, I
Or
think it
no?
is. I think it's like supposed to be.
So I wonder if like Tom Hardy will appear as Venom and like other things going forward.
I think so. I think they said he like after this he's gonna like this is supposed to be the last Venom solo movie, but they have plans for him like outside of like his whatever next Sony movie, I
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope that that franchise just fucking burns and dies.
Yeah,
Not Venom in
I don't
particular,
mind the
like
Venom. I don't mind the Venom
but
movies,
just
but the
like the
other ones, yeah,
Sony verse. There's two more coming out this year: Craven and Venom 3.
Venom 3.
Craven was supposed to be out, I think, last year too, 2023. I think October.
Mm-hmm.
That also got delayed by a lot.
The strike.
Um, but yeah, speaking of franchises that should probably die out by now, the new Jurassic World movie that we've been discussing the past couple episodes, I think.
I mean, they're never
It,
not gonna make dinosaur movies.
yeah, it's been reported that Scarlett Johansson's been offered the lead role, which
That'd be
if
awesome.
if
Yeah,
that happens, yeah, that instantly like turns me around and be like, okay, this is this is actually something interesting because she's like genuinely a great actress.
yeah.
Um, and
And she's
she's
done
not,
Marvel. She does
yeah,
franchise. Like, I don't
she'll
think
do
she wouldn't do
franchise
this.
stuff. But yeah, I guess now since that Marvel money is no longer coming in, she's like, fuck it, I'll hop on to the next
Yeah.
franchise.
Did she say like what? I want to click. I'm gonna click on see if there's been like an update or something. Has she accepted it or?
I mean, I I'm assuming. I'm just looking at like the source. Oh, it's that guy like Jeff Snyder, the In
He's
Snyder
like
or whatever.
pretty. He's
He's
pretty
pretty
good.
accurate, yeah. So, um, yeah, I hope this is true. I really do.
Yeah. Actually,
But
I
we'll,
just saw this is like kind of off topic, but we're just talking about Kung Fu Panda. So the budget was 85 million, and said today it grossed 175 million worldwide.
Yeah, that's seems pretty good.
Yeah,
And it'll make
it's
some more money with like DVD sales and
yeah, and
things
there's
like
no
that.
like kids thing coming out probably for a while. It's probably gonna stay in theaters for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like what's really coming out this year for animation? That was probably the biggest one, right?
I feel like there's a big one in the fall.
I mean, there's that Wild Robot thing, but there's no like Spider-Verse. There's no Ninja Turtle
Oh,
sequel,
and
nothing like that.
Inside Out 2, Despicable Me 2,
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting.
Garfield, Moana 2. That
Oh yeah,
Transformers movie is coming out in September.
I was just chatting. There actually is a lot more
Yeah, and
animation.
I just looked it up. That's why. There's
Yeah.
that Lord of the Rings animated movie.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about that, honestly.
I
But
forgot they have the Mufasa movie coming out. Why the fuck are they like? I
just
don't know.
because the Lion King live action made $1 billion, that's why.
I just don't understand that.
I gotta
Listen, I'm
watch
not.
that.
I
So
could.
yeah,
It's the guy who did what's that movie called? The one Best Picture.
Moonlight.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Barry Jenkins, right?
yeah. So listen, maybe it's a great movie. Who knows? I just don't understand the need for it.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, and then another. This is probably the biggest piece of news is that the DCU is gonna have a Teen Titans live action movie.
Yeah,
It's in the
which
works currently, so I don't know if you want to talk about that a little.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I love the Teen Titans. Like, I'm actually really hyped that they're doing this.
Um, I liked the show Titans, even though it wasn't that great. I like a lot of the characters that are involved. Like I like Robin, Nightwing, and like Superboy. But I feel like it might be too
Have,
early to do something like this.
have you
Like how?
seen like the Teen Titans like animated show or no?
No,
No.
maybe when we were younger, but like I feel like they should establish other teams, like the Justice League first. Like
I
all
feel
of
like for
these, I feel like all of these characters are like sidekicks or like have some relation to an existing character. So you should probably introduce the actual characters first before you introduce like their sidekicks and
I feel
stuff.
like they're probably gonna do. I'm assuming it's gonna be Damian Wayne,
Yeah,
Robin.
well, it'll probably be Brave and the Bold will introduce him, and then this
That's why I
whole
think
like
Super. I have a feeling Supergirl might be on the team because it's the same writer.
I feel like she would be too powerful to be on the team.
I mean, they had Superboy.
Yeah. But like she's getting her own movie. I don't think that I
Yeah,
feel like she'd
that's
join the
true.
Justice League if anything, not
Blue
the Teen
Beetle's
Titans.
definitely probably 100% on the team. That's probably the only one that I'm probably confident he's on.
Yeah, him and definitely Robin, I would say.
Yeah.
Kid Flash
Oh,
maybe.
Raven, Starfire.
It's interesting. I mean, we've never seen it done before, so
Yeah. Actually, I know who I want to play Starfire.
who?
I don't actually. I gotta look up her name.
I would honestly say get Katie O'Brien, but she might be too old
She's
for
too
it.
old, I think.
Yeah.
She looks still too old. I'm like, I mean, it's called Teen Titans, so I feel like they. I hope that they cast like actual, you know, actors in their like their early 20s.
Yeah. I saw people fan casting like the kid from One Piece to play
Beast Boy. Yeah, he
Beast Boy.
matches like the energy of.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Not
this
gonna lie.
actress's name? Hold on.
What is
Um,
she from?
she's from the new Mean Girls.
Oh, the I don't know if she's Pakistani girl or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if she's Pakistani or Indian. That lady.
Yeah, she could do it. I mean, she was alright in Mean Girls. She was overacting a bit, but I could see her doing it. Why not?
It's all right. This is I'm definitely gonna butcher this. Aventika
Oh,
Van
Avantika.
Aventika Vandapu. I don't know. Oh, she's Indian. She's an American Indian actress.
She could do it. I mean, I know people are saying that Starfire should be like a person of color, but I don't really think that matters because she's an alien. But
Yeah, I don't. I feel like this should be open casting for any
mhm,
actress. Like it could be black, white, Asian. I feel like it doesn't
mhm.
really matter.
Well, the Titan show they had a black actress play her,
It was
which
fine. I feel like it worked. Yeah.
which in theory I have no problem with, but like she should be orange. Like they should have at least painted her skin
Yeah. I feel
orange.
like
Like
her in the older comics, like she has more like darker feature. Like her hair looks like she has darker features.
mhm. But I feel like
But
it should be like a situation with the Guardians of the Galaxy, like how Gamora is, like how her
yeah,
skin
I
is
hope
painted
that
green.
that's actually would be like a dream scenario. That'd be
Yeah, just
perfect.
like it doesn't matter what the skin color is of the actress,
Yeah,
but they should like paint her orange because that's how she looks in the comics. I
yeah.
feel
I
like
do hope
James
that they
Gunn would
like
do that.
yeah. Like
Um,
there's like I know obviously there's the one with her with like the straight hair, but there's like the older like kind of costume of her with like the curly hair.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, like like it's from like the original team, like from like I don't know whenever it came out.
I feel like he might go for a look more akin to like what the show had it as.
Teen Titans one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like it's gonna be more inspired by uh the animated show than like the comics and stuff.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I meant. That's what show I was talking about.
I
But
wonder if they'll take inspiration because this is a Teen Titans movie, like an animated movie. It actually takes place in Japan.
I mean,
That's to
maybe.
it has to do with Deathstroke too.
Yeah, I feel like Deathstroke
Yeah,
might
I feel like
be
he's
the
gonna be the
villain.
villain, 100%.
Maybe they'll introduce him in Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, he'll be the
But
villain. I'm assuming they're gonna introduce like Trigon if the Raven's in it.
mhm. Jenna
Yeah, I don't
Ortega
know.
Raven,
Nah, I hate that fan casting. I know like everyone is obsessed over it, but she's also like, how old is she?
early 20s, I would say. Probably close to my age.
Let's see. Oh, she's 21. Damn, what the
hmm
fuck? I thought she was way older.
I think she could do it.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like that's that's like so. It's only because she played fucking Wednesday. That's it. That's like
Yeah,
the only
she's
reason why people
Wednesday,
do it. Yeah.
and she could do her little TikTok dance for it. That would
Like,
be fire.
I know I hate to shit on people, but who's that dude on Twitter that he's the one that wants like Timothy
Oh,
Chalamet to play Nightwing.
dude, that guy's so annoying. I forgot his
Whatever his
name.
name, I forgot his name, but
Oh, it's like something.
Moonlight something, right?
Yeah, yeah, something.
It's this
I don't
guy
know.
on Twitter, but he just posts like
Dude,
the most generic fucking fan casting. Like the
yeah,
Timothy Chalamet is Nightwing is just like such a bad fucking like I
and he
hate
has,
it.
dude, bro. He like called Grace Randolph.
Nah, I know, like
He
a
was like,
bitch or
yeah, you're a
something.
stupid bitch. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
I
how
don't
can
know,
you
dude.
say that to like a woman and like
Yeah,
not still have a platform? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
he just, I want to, yeah, just because we're violating him, I want to actually find his handle. Um, he's always in my fucking, oh, the Moonlight Warrior. Yeah, he'll like get into arguments with people on Twitter and just be like, yeah, you should kill yourself or like shit like that. It's
Yeah, I
just
don't
like,
know.
um, but
I
yeah,
actually
no,
saw something speak but like more on the Titans thing. Um, what the hell is the guy who did you watch Miss Marvel or no?
yeah,
You
I
know the
actually
guy.
rewatched it recently.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you think of it?
Honestly, I liked it last second time around.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Anyway,
first
but
episode is great, and then it just
yeah, it starts off really strong and then it kind of loses its footing.
yeah, the villains fucking suck. Like it's
Yeah,
just I don't know,
but
but
the
yeah,
guy who plays like kind of like her best friend, but he's like a nerd kind of.
yeah, yeah, the white
They
guy.
yeah, I saw people want him to play Kid Flash.
I think he's canceled for something.
Oh, word, really?
I don't
I
know
know
what it
like
is.
her dad in real life is like got like sued for some sexual assault or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but he appeared in the Marvels anyway. So,
Yeah,
but
I feel
all
like
right,
he
yeah,
was like in one. Anyway, but yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Let's
excited
move on
about
though.
this
Yeah, I'm excited
movie.
too. We'll see what happens
And I
with
mean,
it.
it's the person that's writing Supergirl. I don't know if we said that, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming they have a lot of faith in her because I don't think she has any other act like writing credit to her. I could be wrong.
Not in film, I don't think. She might have written some TV stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I trust James Gunn, so hopefully.
Yeah. We could get to
Yeah, let's move on from the.
our last bit of news that we could quickly mention. I think we mentioned Yorgos, his next movie. Well, he has a movie releasing this year called Kinds of Kindness, but
Yeah,
his next movie, which I feel like will be another kind of like big swing Oscar movie, is Save the Green Planet. Um,
which it says
and
based off of a Korean film,
yeah, it's
correct?
based off a Korean film, which has something to do with like they kidnap a government official because they think he's actually like an alien or I don't know, something weird. But it just got reported that Emma Stone is going to star, and Jesse Plemons is in talks to star alongside her. So that's very exciting. I'm a big
Yeah,
Jesse Plemons fan, and
yeah,
obviously big Emma Stone fan. So
really exciting news.
yeah, yeah. But that was just quick. So I guess we could get to now the top 10 for this week. Which
Actually, there was another thing in news that I forgot to put in here, but I wanted to.
what?
So I don't know if you saw, but they have announced that they're gonna do a reboot of Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know if I don't know if you've seen that movie actually, have you?
I have, but just a long time ago. I don't remember it.
And it's gonna be called like Little Shop of Halloween Horrors. And it's the guy who did Gremlins is directing it. So I feel like the vibe is gonna probably be the same, but I don't know why they changed the title to Little Shop of Halloween Horrors.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. I really like the play. I really like the movie too. Uh, and I just like the design of the plant. Like I just think it's just such a cool looking kind of
Yeah, it's very
creature monster
famous,
thing.
like design for it.
Yeah,
Um, I definitely want to recheck out the original because I don't remember anything. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
but yeah,
you could introduce this top 10 because you recommended it
yeah.
on the last episode.
So this was it's kind of a hard list to categorize because I said fighting movies, but it's more in particular like fight scenes in a movie. Like it doesn't have to be strictly a fighting movie.
Like movies with
Um,
great fight scenes.
yeah, yeah. I actually I have a sleeper in here that
So
I
yeah,
think
you
you're
could
gonna
start off
appreciate.
then. You want to give your number 10 for that?
Yeah. So my number 10 is the original John Wick. Um, I got introduced to these pretty late, the John Wick movies, but obviously they're known for their fighting. And as you could guess, the original is probably like the weakest one, but still really good fight scenes. You know, the
Yeah,
motivations are
yeah,
good.
yeah. Um, all right, yeah. In a similar vein, I actually have John Wick 2 as my number 10. 2 I think is the weakest of the franchise, but it still has great action, great fight scenes. That's like really what this franchise is known for.
Yeah.
So
Then following, obviously, at number 9, I had John Wick 2. Yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
feel
there's
like the
not much
snake.
to
Yeah,
say
there's not
really.
really much to say.
All right, number 9 for me, I actually it's the only superhero movie on the list. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I love the hand-to-hand combat stuff, especially with the Winter Soldier himself, and I like how it's very like grounded and gritty. I really like all the action sequences in that movie. And yeah, it's like the only superhero movie to crack the list for me.
Damn. Um, Number 8, actually, the movie 300. The only Zack Snyder film I'll probably give praise to. I feel like it's
I've ne-
pretty famous for its action.
yeah, I've never seen it.
It's a lot of like what you'd expect slow-mo action scenes, but it's very like grand and the story's very like it's like a historical epic.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah,
more. It has like kind of
compared to like Snyder's other films, it definitely stands out as like interesting to me.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
But
But
it's what you'd expect from but it's just executed very well. Not like Rebel Moon.
yeah. Um all right, yeah, so my number 8, this might be a surprise, but I actually had The Northman. I think that
Really?
the hand-to-hand combat was amazing, especially there's a couple scenes that stick out to me, which is when he raised the village and it's kind of like that continuous shot. I love the choreography of like him. I'm talking about Amleth, the main guy, of him
Yeah,
like murdering all the villagers, and and how it just like focuses on him. There's a lot of like choreography that had to go into that because it is in one take. And then also the ending fight scene where they're both naked and fighting by the
Yeah,
volcano. I thought
that's
that was
sick.
awesome. Yeah, that was
I need
sick.
to rewatch, dude. That's such a good movie.
Yeah, it really is. I actually have the 4K, so
Oh, word. Yeah.
if you want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's not necessarily something that you would think of for like fighting movies, but
No,
those
but you're
fight
right.
scenes
Like
stuck
that's
out
like a
to me.
perfect example of like what I mean.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, you could give 7.
yeah, for 7, I actually have Creed 3, which is a new. I love the fights in Creed, but this you could definitely tell there's a heavy anime influence, especially with a lot of the shots and the fight scenes and the way that like a lot of the I don't know. You could definitely tell there's like anime influence in the fight scenes, and I really enjoyed it. Probably the best out of all the Creed movies.
Yeah, I didn't include. I was thinking to put in like Rocky, but I don't know. I didn't like include any boxing movies.
That's fair. No, I
I
mean
honestly didn't. I didn't like the Creed
Creed
3
3, really.
fights. I thought that I didn't like how it became like unrealistic. I feel like realism is what makes like the Rocky movies so good because it's supposed to be like just realistic boxing. Like it's not
I
anything
feel like it makes
outlandish.
sense for the story.
Yeah, to an extent.
Rocky was never had. I feel like Rocky never had a villain he was this like connected to from his childhood.
Yeah, this was back when Jonathan Majors was on top of the world
Yeah, dude. I remember like there was an interview of him and Jordan, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to be like De Niro and
and
fuck,
Pacino.
yeah,
Yeah.
damn,
Oh, the
we know
times
he
have changed, huh?
yeah, damn.
Yep.
Anyway,
All right. Yeah, so my number 7, I actually had Kill Bill. I'm
oh,
just
I
gonna
forgot about Kill
group
Bill.
in 1 and 2 together. Uh,
Yeah, 'cause it's kind of one
yeah,
continuous story.
just great action with the swords, like the weapons. There's that one scene. Um, I think it's at the end of part 1 where they're in that. I don't even know where they are. It's like a mall or something where there's like all those people coming at the bride with all like the different weapons, and she basically just dispatches all of them.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I feel like they're movies that are known for their action, known for their fight scenes, which Tarantino isn't necessarily like known for his fighting scenes, but yeah, I think it really worked
yeah.
for Kill Bill. It's why the movies are so famous.
Um, what do we got? Number 6.
Yeah, you give 6.
6. I actually have um Pirates of the Caribbean 3, which I don't know if you're gonna remember this, but some of the fight scenes in that movie are like insane. Like looking back, I don't know if you remember this specifically a fight like with 3 people on a wheel that's continually like that's just
Oh,
like a
yeah, I
lot of the
remember that.
fights in this are like very like as when I went to watch like rewatched it like hard to pull off like
Mhm.
from a practical standpoint. Um,
Yeah,
and
the
on top
sword
of
fights
just
are always cool
yeah,
in those movies.
but just I don't know how they shot that.
I mean, who knows? It probably took a lot of work. I mean, it
Yeah.
was practical. They definitely
Yeah,
like were
no,
on the
that's like,
wheel.
yeah. Is that
Yeah, that's
considered the best one, the third one?
uh I think it's actually considered the worst of the original 3.
Really?
I mean, to me, 1 and 2 are very close. I probably favor 2 a little bit more just because of like Davy Jones
Yeah.
and
I
shit.
mean,
But
Davy Jones is like, I feel like 1 and 2, it's like, they kind of feel like of a two-part story. Even though it does have an ending too, but I don't know. Because Davy Jones is still the villain in 3.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. That's
I
just
also
my
rewatched it
personal.
more recently, so maybe that's why a
Mhm.
little. Anyway. But yeah, not a
Yeah,
movie
so
that people will think of when I say fight scenes, but uh, a lot of fun and creative fight scenes in that movie.
mhm. All right, yeah, so my number 6 was the original John Wick. Um, yeah, we talked about the franchise a bit, but that's like that's what John Wick is. Like these are movies that are known for their fighting sequences. And yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I can't really describe it that well. Just check it out.
For number, what are we on? 5.
Yep, top 5 now.
5. I now have one you mentioned previous, Winter Soldier, which is arguably one of the best fighting movies in the MCU. Specifically, the fight scenes between Winter Soldier and Captain America are really good. And it's like hand to hand combat. It's not, weapons or superpower. Yeah, it's kind of superpowers, but it's like knife fights and stuff like that. Just very good hand to hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned it pretty.
Yeah. All right, so number 5 for me is a classic, and it's one that really like reinvented how to pull off fight scenes in movies, and it's The Matrix, the original.
Yeah.
A lot of the action sequences in that, like the slow-mo at certain points, and like just certain ways that action was shot in that movie are like still used now, and it was just like revolutionary for its time. And yeah, it still holds up, maybe not like as well as for when it came out, but I think the action is still great even now.
Yeah.
So
Number 4, I have Shang-Chi, which I think is the best. I think it tops Winter Soldier for the best fight scenes in the MCU. Specifically, the bus scene and the end fight scene with Shang-Chi's dad stand out to me. Even though
yeah,
there's like a kind of a big sci-fi battle at the end, like there is really, really good action at the core of the movie.
yeah, that
Like it's
movie has some great action for sure.
yeah. I'm
I
kind of
also
is he still doing Avengers? No, right?
no
Daniel did.
no
I'm kind of disappointed because I was excited to see what he was gonna do with the rest of those characters.
yeah, and like how he'd pull off the action with the big
Yeah,
ensemble.
but unfortunately,
He's doing Shang-Chi too though, so
he's doing Shang-Chi too. He's also isn't he doing Wonder Man?
yeah.
Doing Wonder Man, and he's doing live action Naruto. I don't know if we ever spoke about that,
No, we didn't, I don't think,
but
but
yeah. Anyway,
no interest from me. All right, yeah. So number 4, I had John Wick Chapter 3. Um, John Wick 3 and 4 specifically, like that's when it kind of goes insane with the action. I don't know if you ever seen John Wick 3.
yeah, I did see John Wick 3. I saw all 4 of them.
Yeah, I love that. It's just like that's when they were kind of like, all right, let's just do like
Yeah,
nonstop
that's like when they
action.
fully commit to the
I particularly like the scene where he's fighting in like maybe it's Egypt and he's with like Halle Berry's character and the dogs are with them. The dog like helps and he's
the
like
two
violating
Great
people.
Danes.
Yeah, I don't know if they're I think they're German Shepherds, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
yeah, I loved how that scene was shot and like I loved I thought that the use of animals was like it was kind of like slapstick a little bit. It was like
yeah,
kind of funny, but it was just yeah, just really great action from start to finish for that one.
yeah, yeah. For number 3, I had John Wick 3 as my number 3. Man, you pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
This is where they really commit to like John Wick just being straight up action, and they give up on like kind of worrying about the plot, which is
Yeah.
fine, But
Did any like action scenes stick out to you, like that one with the dog, or was there anything else?
um, I like a lot of the one. This is when they're in Japan. Am I correct or no?
No, I
Like
think
they go
that's
to Japan.
4.
Oh, that's 4.
Yeah.
Um, is this the one where I could sometimes I
Yeah,
confuse
it's
them?
hard to like they
Yeah,
get mixed together, but this one has like the twist, not a twist ending, but it's kind of like he gets his fucking finger chopped off, and it's like at the end, like every single assassin is hired to kill him because he,
oh yeah, he's like expanded from the
yeah. But all right, yeah, whatever. I mean, I
yeah.
was just curious, but anyways, yeah, my number 3 then is actually Ip Man, or I don't know if it's IP Man or Ip Man. I think it's Ip, but just great martial arts fighting in this
Yeah.
movie. And it's very over the top, which I really like, almost to the point of like comedic effect. Um, honestly, kind of similar a little bit to Shaolin Soccer, but not that insane.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's like a bunch of them, the
No,
Ip
I know I have.
movies.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would definitely check it out. I think the first one in particular it's like a great movie in general, but
Yeah.
just the action is like insane. So
Um. All right. For number two, I feel like this is gonna surprise you a lot. Uh, it's actually Old Boy, which
really,
yeah, I know it's not there's not a ton of action in the movie, but the action that is in it is like I feel like very iconic. Specifically, I feel like you know what I'm talking about, the hallway fight.
yeah, yeah.
But this really stood out to me a lot. I feel like
It's not one that I would think of, honestly.
yeah, that's what I felt like you were gonna say. um, and I feel like its influence is seen all throughout. Like I feel like there's different kind of takes. I don't want to say hallway fight, but that kind of shot all
Hmm.
throughout fight scenes in every form of media. I feel
Yeah, no,
like
that is a great like scene and it's like iconic with the hammer.
yeah,
That's like one of the posters is him with the hammer.
yeah.
Um,
I know like when it comes to mind, it's obviously not an action movie, but I just feel like the scene is so influential in fight scenes today that
yeah,
I had to put it on
definitely.
the list. You know,
All right, I can respect it. All right, number two, I actually have Terminator 2, Judgment Day, T2. This is known to be like one of the greatest action movies of all time. Um,
this is with the liquid metal one, right?
yeah, there's just like so many sequences in that movie that just like
I haven't. I gotta watch those again. Oh, the term.
yeah,
I thought it was like classic action movies that like we watched when we were kids. Like I wonder how they hold up now.
yeah. I mean, T2 is like known as one of the
Yeah,
best
no,
action
no.
movies and also like one of the best sequels ever made.
Yeah,
You get to see Arnold because in the first movie Arnold's character is like the villain,
he's the
but in
villain.
this
Yeah,
movie he's good. He's like a Terminator
yeah,
that was sent back to protect John Connor from like a different Terminator.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I love the action in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my number one is I don't know if it's recency bias, but John Wick 4. I just think the action in that movie is like unlike any movie I've ever seen in my life. Like it's just on another level. And man, I don't know if you can agree with me, but you know,
Oh yeah, no, that's my number one as well.
oh yeah,
Honestly,
yeah,
John Wick 4. It's one of my favorite movies of last year, and yeah, just
yeah.
the act. It was just like insane action, fight scene after fight scene.
Specifically
Um,
the over the top shot of like that. I don't know what it was, that if it was a mansion or and he has like the fire shotgun.
yeah, yeah. When it's all done in one take,
Yeah.
and the staircase scene is great too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it
It's like
leaves it up
awesome.
in the air at the end. It's just an awesome movie. The
Yeah.
setting is great. Um, so yeah. All right, that was a not
Yeah.
too bad, not too
No.
bad of a list.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a good one I think for next episode that we'll talk about later. But I guess yeah, we can move on to the final film of the day, which is a film that I recommended last episode, and it's called Another Round. It's directed by Thomas Vinterberg, and it stars Mads Mikkelsen. It's not in English. I think it's in. Let me see. It's in Danish. And the film basically follows these four teachers. The main one is Mads Mikkelsen's character. I don't know if they're like elementary school teachers or high school. Seem like maybe high school.
Yeah, probably around high school, yeah.
But they're basically like Mads Mikkelsen in particular is kind of like down on his luck. He's not happy in his relationship with his wife. He's kind of just like stuck in the monotony of life of just going to work, coming home. Just like and it gets to a point where they go out to dinner and he kind of like breaks down in front of his friends. He starts
Yeah.
crying. Because he's just like depressed. He's like miserable. So him and his buddies, um, basically that night they all just get hammered and like have like a great time. They go to the park. There's like a scene where they're
Yeah.
just kind of like being degenerates.
Walking
I think it
around
does
and
a
shit,
good
yeah.
job of like showing like that bliss when you're drunk, you know.
Just with drunk with
Um,
your friends and shit, yeah.
yeah. And then after that, they all get together and they're like, oh, they basically talk about how there's this philosopher that has this idea that humans were born with an alcohol level blood alcohol level that's 0.05% too low. So in order to live your best life, you should constantly be at that 0.05% buzz.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, let's test the theory. So they basically start just like being buzzed at all time, like going to work, not hammered, but like drunk. And it actually like works at first, at least. And you see like Mads Mikkelsen's character being a better teacher, being a better husband, enjoying his life. And I guess it's just because it takes kind of like that edge off of, like everyone knows how it feels to be tipsy. Yeah. You get a little bubbly. I mean, the thing is, it seems like something that could work in theory, but just because of like the nature of alcohol and alcoholism addiction, it's not something that you can do like and just get to that level. And that's eventually something that we see is that, they take it too far. They eventually like double it and they're starting to be at like 10% instead of like 0.5%.
What happens is they keep pushing it like as they, they set out on like a study, like they do a study, they try to test this theory. So they like every day they document stuff. And like they keep trying to push it.
Yeah, I think the movie at its core is like about addiction.
Yeah, no,
really.
It starts off very fun and like it's like, oh, we're just gonna be like buzzed all day. And it seems like it's gonna be fun, but as it goes on, it leans into more of the addiction aspect of like,
Yeah, because it's also like it shows how it can be addicting.
Yeah.
Because as we see them drink, we see them lighten up, and we see them, getting better at living, basically.
Yeah.
And you could kind of understand where it's like, okay, like I understand why people would chase this feeling all the time. But it's just like it's impossible to stay at that level because you're always just gonna want more.
Yeah. And what's like the thing that like something happens that like then somebody gets caught or something, like what's the first like thing that happens that kind of makes them realize like, oh shit, we gotta chill out?
I think the first thing is when his buddy gets home hammered and like pees the bed.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like the first incident that happens. But yeah, you see them like start basically like going down into degeneracy and like drinking too much, and it ends up basically like
in the morning and shit.
Yeah, like ruining their relationships,
their family, yeah.
And also one of them ends up I don't know, it's assumed that he killed himself, right? I mean,
yeah, I think that. I mean, they went to a funeral.
Yeah, but I don't know if he like got drunk and like fell off the boat by accident, but I feel like
I think he realized he was like addicted and like couldn't stop. So
yeah. But Mads Mikkelsen, like his acting was great. He did a lot of like really good like facial acting where you could just like he didn't have to say a word and you could just tell exactly how he was feeling by looking at his face. There's like scenes of him crying that were really well done. And
he was great in the end scene too.
Yeah. It's funny though because he also is like the most hesitant to drink at first.
Yeah,
but he ends up like he gets like sucked up into it the most.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what happens to him. I know like
what happens is he starts drinking like crazy, and like he finds out that like his wife cheated on him when like he was and then I forgot, like he leaves her, and then no, he doesn't, like he tries to get her back, but like she just doesn't love him anymore. Like it's actually kind of like not his happy ending. Like his wife leaves him with his kids, and then like he's just like by himself. But he sees all this at the end. Like what happens is they see like the students on like their last day or whatever, and they're all just like drinking, and they all just like start. All the teachers go out and like drink with them. That's how the movie ends. But
I think it kind of shows like the cycle of alcoholism a lot, where like it gets to a point where it's like it's too much. I feel like we've all had those days where we're like, I'm never drinking again.
Yeah,
the next morning. But then like, you give it a little bit and you're like, all right, this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
And then, that's like basically what happens at the end. Even through all the shit that happened, he still is like drinking.
Yeah, like his wife literally left him and then like...
It seems like a happy ending, just looking at it, but it's really not.
No,
it's kind of like,
not at all. Yeah.
It's kind of dark. because it's showing that like he didn't learn anything,
No.
and it's like kind of just the mind of an addict that like it seems so obvious, but
Yeah. I
you
feel like
like
it's supposed to represent like how like he starts drinking again, like it's so fun and everyone's dancing. But then like
yeah.
it's just like a facade, like it's not, you
And I
know.
love that scene so much because like all that stuff is happening and it's like set against that like body of water, which like their friend's body was just like found in there like a couple
Yeah.
days ago from drinking. And they're like drinking in front of it and like celebrating. And it's kind of
Yeah.
like it just like shows how crazy it is, but it's like very subtle. It's not
Yeah,
in your
no,
face.
no, yeah, not at all.
Um, yeah, it feels like pretty realistic. Like after I watched it, I was kind of like that might
Yeah, I
honestly
could
be
see that
based on a true
happening. Yeah,
story. Like
yeah,
I feel like some people have tried this before.
yeah. There's no way no one's ever tried to do that.
Yeah. Um, I like the scene too when the dude. I like the subplot with the guy who like coaches the soccer team. He's the one who ends up
Yeah,
dying. But I like that he
when he's
becomes
like
like a better
hammered at
coach.
the game,
That
just fucking
yeah,
acting like it's like a
it's a dark
professional
movie, but
soccer game.
yeah, there's a lot of comedy.
Yeah, it
Like
is very funny.
like when he's at the soccer game and he's drinking and one of the kids on the team says that he forgot his water and asks if he can have some and he's like no you can't have this because it's
Yeah,
like vodka or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's like I feel like the more you look like dig into it, it's like the darker that the themes are.
yeah,
But on
yeah. I
the
feel like at a
surface,
surface, it's very like funny and you know
yeah,
whatever. But like if the more you think about it, it's like actually very dark.
yeah. Um, what's it called?
Your favorite scene?
Yeah, it's the dance scene, I think.
Yeah,
It's
man,
probably my
it's
favorite. And if not
yeah,
that, I also that dinner table scene at the beginning where the four of them get dinner. That's just
yeah.
such
That's
great
really good.
acting
Yeah,
from Mads Mikkelsen. And it's
yeah,
just like him breaking down. So well done. And it kind of like shows that's like how all this shit started. Like how he felt that he needed some
yeah.
sort of escape, you know? But
Like I remember he asked his wife in the beginning. He's like, "Am I boring?" He just
yeah,
like he gets sucked up in the kind of
yeah.
boringness of life, like the monotony of day to day stuff.
Yeah. And that's like something that I'm struggling with honestly a little bit. Obviously, bro, I'm young and like,
Yeah,
but
no.
just like ha- not like an actual struggle like this guy, but it's my first real job, 9 to 5. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, now I have to like do this for the rest of my life. It's like a big adjustment after graduating and being in
no,
college,
yeah,
having
hundred
all this
percent.
free time. So like I related to that aspect of it, of feeling like, the monotony of life in a way.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not gonna go to work drunk, but I could like understand like their mindset of wanting to try this. I guess I don't know. Um,
no,
yeah,
I can,
I
yeah,
should do this with a couple of my
yeah, fuck
buddies
it, yeah.
and see
See
what
what
happens.
happens.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good thought experiment, but that's all it should be.
Yeah, no, that's the furthest
Um,
it should go.
yeah, I think I really like what the film, uh, like how it represents addiction and how it represents alcoholism, obviously in particular.
Yeah,
In that there are like these highs and lows of it. Um,
but not even that. It's socially accepted.
yeah,
Like they don't get any shame for.
I
No
mean
one
in the
really get.
school a little bit.
Well, yeah, no, obviously if you drink at school.
Yeah, like when they find the bottles. That scene was
Yeah,
great too when he like they're like, "Oh, we were hearing that some of the faculty has been drinking." And the dude just like stumbles in completely hammered.
yeah,
It's like funny, but it's also like sad because he gets fired and then he kills himself.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they did a really good job of balancing those tones of comedy and like darkness.
yeah. No, I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know if did you have a favorite scene or no?
It was the end scene.
Yeah, that's like the most famous scene from the
Memorable
movie.
scene, yeah.
That dance. Yeah, and then my favorite character was Mads Mikkelsen's character. Um, yeah, I
Yeah, I
just like
agree. It's
really liked
giving.
his performance, and yeah, I feel like without him, the movie would not have worked
Yeah, no.
as well. He's like such a great actor. I feel like that's kind of like underutilized, I guess, in Hollywood. He does a lot of franchise stuff.
Yeah. He
He
did
was in,
Star Wars.
Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Doctor Strange. He was
Was
in
he in DC? I think he was.
I don't know. He was a James Bond villain.
Yeah.
He's in The Secrets of Dumbledore, bro. He plays Grindelwald, Fantastic Beasts.
Wait, then he replaced Johnny Depp.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to see. Is he in DC?
I don't think so.
No, people fan cast him as like Brainiac.
He would be a great Doctor Doom, but he already played someone in Marvel, so
He could do Doom. Nobody would even notice.
yeah.
That'd be sick if he did. I don't know if he will. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if they would, but that would be really cool.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this movie.
No, I enjoyed it as well.
It's an enjoyable watch, but it also is like deep and it has a lot to say about the
Yeah.
subject matter. So
There is
I
an
don't know.
American remake in the works, which
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
don't know. I don't know why we have to remake it.
Yeah. Um it's also directed by Chris Rock.
So
So
yeah.
we'll see. I guess that'll depend on the cast, really. I mean, Mads Mikkelsen could come back and do it again
I
in
mean, yeah, he
English,
could.
but
Are they gonna like? Here's the thing though, because like they could make it and make it just. They could have watched it, interpret it very surface level, and just make it like that. Like I don't think they're gonna make it like as deep as this one. Like I think they're gonna completely miss the point.
yeah, we'll see.
Like
But
it's
yeah, I
Chris
mean,
Rock. It's probably gonna be a comedy.
I don't know. Nah, I don't think. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not too excited for it, but
Not
all
even.
right. You wanna? I mean, unless you have anything else to say, we can go to ratings for it.
No, that's it. I give it a
Got
4.
Yeah, same. I ended up giving it a 4 star.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, I don't really have that much bad to say about it, but it didn't like hit me as hard as like some of my like 4.5 stars or 5 stars did.
Yeah.
I just think it's like a really like solid film on the subject matter. And I think like the premise is just really interesting. Like what would happen if we were just buzzed at all times, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it did a good job like exploring that with the characters. So
No, yeah, it was. I enjoyed it.
all right. So yeah, I guess we could move on now. I didn't put up a question poll. I was slacking.
Damn.
So not as if anyone would ask us questions anyway.
You never
Um
know. Maybe.
I'm thinking of opening up the Discord maybe to the public, and then they can ask questions in there. There'll be like a questions channel.
But they could put news in there too. They see
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Any
That'd
of
be
our
cool.
like 5 fans,
Yeah.
but
All 4 of us. United.
yeah. I guess we could. You want to recommend your movie? I guess, and then
Yeah.
I'll recommend the
So,
list.
I don't know if you've seen this, but it came out in 2013, and Sam Raimi directed. It's Oz the Great and Powerful, with Wicked coming out like not pretty soon, but this year. I kind of was curious on like the bigger kind of Wizard of Oz takes. Like it's obviously these are more of like an epic kind of grand take on the movie as opposed to like the movie from when did the original come out? The 40s?
40s.
Yeah. So I'm pretty curious to see like how Sam Raimi tackled this story.
Yeah, I'm
Have you
definitely
seen it or
interested.
no?
No, I haven't. Um, yeah, just because it's like one of Raimi's that I've kind of been like putting off, just because
Yeah, I just
I'm
honestly the
not.
only reason I'm interested in this is because of Raimi. The cast doesn't really like. Huh? Who's even in it?
I think Mila Kunis is in it.
I
I
know
think
Dave Franco is the lead. I mean James Franco's the lead. Yeah,
Yeah, all I
Mila
know is
Kunis,
yeah.
Michelle Williams. Oh, the woman from The Mummy's in it. Rachel Weisz.
Oh, okay. She's one of my favorite actresses. So
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's
She
not bad.
plays Evanora. I don't know like what is it about the Wizard of Oz or it's just about? Oh, I think it's about Oz.
Oh, like the actual wizard guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who do they play? I don't think anyone's in there is playing Dorothy or anything.
No.
But
let me see the plot synopsis. In 1905 in Kansas, Oscar Diggin is a magician and con artist in a traveling circus. The circus showman learns Oscar. Oh, this looks.
oh god,
Oh,
I mean
no.
that does not sound
Yeah, it
great.
does
But
not sound great,
we'll
but
see. We'll see. No, it's a decent rec. It's a decent rec. We got to talk about some of
all
the.
right. So it's a. He basically gets sucked up in a tornado and lands in what is the place they live in called? I don't know, Emerald City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he basically gets sucked up in a tornado and goes to Emerald City. So I guess I guess it's like how I'll take it is like Sam Raimi just is telling a story in the like universe of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm excited to check it out. It's one that's like been on
Yeah.
my list, but I just like haven't had a reason to watch it. So
Yeah.
all right, yeah. And then for my list for the top 10 next week or in 2 weeks, I'm gonna do an easy one. Top 10 favorite actors.
Oh,
But
wow, that's fine.
yeah, just male actors. We
Yeah,
could do
we
like
should look at what we
actresses.
said when we first started recording.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do that, and then yeah, but just male actors. We could do actresses for like another video
Yeah, that's fine.
or another episode. I mean,
What
so,
movies are coming out that we're gonna? I think Kong vs. Godzilla, right?
I don't know because what is today's the 17th.
Yeah, the 29th.
We're gonna
Excuse
record
me.
on the 31st.
Well, that's Easter, so I don't know if we'll be.
Okay, but maybe the day after.
Yeah.
So let's see what's coming out. Hold on. So the 22nd is Immaculate, Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could do Ghostbusters, I guess.
Yeah, I still haven't seen like any of. Do I have to watch the originals to watch the sequels? Or
No,
not really.
no.
I haven't seen the. How many sequels is it? Just one?
There's Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and then there's the all-female cast one, and then there's Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think it's called. And
That's the
then
one that came out like. I don't think the female one's canon, right?
no, it's not. Um, yeah, there's actually a decent amount of stuff. Yeah, then the following week is Godzilla X Kong, so definitely that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that in IMAX.
Yeah, I gotta finish my MonsterVerse rewatch. I'm like halfway through. Kong. I did an X-Men rewatch too, actually, which
Yeah,
I finished Last Stand, so I've done like the entire, like that one and with the new actors. And I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about that another time when you watch them.
yeah. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that'll wrap up today's episode. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Follow us on our socials. Instagram, X/Twitter, Letterboxd. I'm thinking of opening the Discord. Maybe.
Yeah, I think
We'll
that's a
see.
good idea.
We'll see. So, yeah. Thanks everyone for listening,
Yeah.
and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Peace.